Last time we talked about growing up in NOLA. So this time we're going to talk about being grown.
Because we grown. Grown for real.
Okay?
Welcome to the podcast. Let's get into it.
Okay. So we are going to talk about what we would share with our younger selves if they would listen.
That part.
If they would listen.
That part. That's the part. Would we listen?
The listening part.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, as a woman in your 50s, what would you share with your younger self about loving yourself?
Well, definitely right off the bat about loving myself, I would let her know and pray that she would listen. That boys and finding love outside of yourself is not what it's cracked up to be. That it should not be top priority. It should not even be an option. To be honest, honestly, real talk, all jokes aside, I have to say that I would, if I could rewind, I would have focused more on me, prioritizing me, unpacking the layers like an onion. Finding out who I am, what is it that I like, play in my hair, decorate her, all of the things. Fall in love with her so that I could become an asset to myself first and then to others, because then I would attract the right energy to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
get it.
What would you tell
So,
your younger version?
Honey, little Nikki.
Darling Nikki.
Nikki was my childhood name.
Right.
I have so much that I would share with her. Because she was a very shy little girl. She was uncomfortable a lot. She was timid. She was nervous a lot. And so about loving herself, I think I would tell her to just accept the quirkiness about her. To love on yourself is to do the things that you want to do, like following the things that light you up. No matter if your friends are doing it, your sisters, whomever. To me now, as a woman in my 50s, those are some of the ways that I'm loving on myself now and loving on little Nikki. To invest more in yourself, to, like you said, I think you said this, to not be so eager to get outside validation and confirmation from others. I mean, as a little girl, I guess I wouldn't really know, you don't really know what steps to take to do that, because there's your mom, there's your dad, there's so many outside influences. And so I would just really try to press upon her to spend time with yourself and see what things that you want to do, what interests you, and the things that you think people are going to have a problem with are probably the things that, that what makes you unique. And be okay with who you are. I think I had a lot of issues with that coming up.
Yeah. And I think focusing on the self, encouraging your younger generation to focus on themselves and finding that beauty within, and the different things you like about yourself, and creating that value around you, right? You becoming the center is a healthy practice so that you can learn to be okay with who you are and not look for love outside of yourself, whether it's in friends, family members or relationships. Understanding that love comes from you. It will in turn allow you to be okay with who you are. You know what I mean? It's like
that understanding, that word, that's the key, the understanding part for someone coming up and anyone younger who may be watching, understanding that we all are just really winging it. We're
Absolutely.
all, even in our 50s, we still winging it. We're all just trying to get along. We're all just trying to figure it out. I think it's tough when of course, I'm speaking to my younger self. Girl, it's okay to be by yourself, reading the books. It's okay to be by yourself when you're wearing this or wearing that. It's okay to be more individual and stand out instead of trying to be like a chameleon and just kind of adapting in a way that you lose yourself and you try to just fit in with the crowd. And I mean, that's probably every little girl or maybe even every little boy's real battle.
It's okay to go to the movies by yourself. It's okay to go to dinner by yourself. It's okay to go skating by yourself. Remember when we were little, we played by ourselves first. If you think about it, we've been twins.
We can't really.
I'm talking about as most people don't come out in twos. Okay.
Right.
So I mean, like those, like my grandbabies, for example, when they were born, and even my children, when they were born, because they came out separate, they weren't a twin, right? They played with themselves.
Yeah.
They played whatever, dolls by themselves, and they were selfish. They didn't want to share because they were in their own little
friends.
Exactly.
And you push that imagination and all of that.
They were in their own little world, in their own little corner of the house, playing with themselves. And then somewhere along that journey, we wanted to play with others and did not want to be with ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we didn't want to be alone. We couldn't be with ourselves and be still for nothing. It was just too much. We had to be outside, hanging out with friends, or you know what I mean? Like,
I think for us, we didn't really have that understanding of being alone. Because we weren't alone from the very beginning up until I would say high school.
Right.
When we started branching out into different real friend groups,
right.
And getting interested in boys and things like that, which brings me to my next question about what we're telling our younger selves about loving others, like love in general. Because we talked about loving the self. Now, what would you, Lord, what would you tell her?
About loving others? Girl, keep all that love for you. Because they're not worthy. Okay? They're not worthy. Like at the end of the day, people that and I'm not saying all people, but there's levels to this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when we're in our younger versions, people are all about themselves, right? So they come to take versus add to or give to you. You understand what I'm telling you? So then a lot of times, let's think about that now.
I'm thinking.
Let's think about that, because in middle school, and that's when you first start really liking these boys, because those hormones, that puberty age bracket, 6th, 7th, 8th grade, right? You start to really things is going on in there. You know, boys and girls. And everybody is trying to make themselves feel better. Now, a lot of those little girls, we just like big-eyed behind those boys, and we don't realize that they just trying to feed the hormones. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm gonna kiss this girl. I'm gonna get this girl. I'm gonna do this girl. I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by nobody really has your best interests in mind. This is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, definitely not at that age.
You know what I mean? And it may seem innocent, but guess what? When that little girl turns 25 and 30, right? That she done been through some things. She done got her feelings hurt.
Here come the,
you know what I'm saying? The triggers, the moments, because she let her walls and her guards down and looked for everything outside of herself at that young age. And now she's had some experiences, right?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I would tell her, girl, save that for you. You know?
Yeah, that's, as a woman in my 50s, how many times we going to say that? For me, we didn't have a mother that was very emotional with us. And we've had this conversation with her, and her parents weren't very emotional with her. So it makes sense. And then we had an absent father. So I think for me, when I've analyzed my ways when I was young, as an older person, analyzing all of the things that you have gone through and unpacking and trying to analyze yourself and become, a better version of yourself, you kind of think about your patterns and the things that you've done, coming up. And so for me, I was a serial monogamous person.
Okay.
In the sense of when I got a little boyfriend, we was together like for a long time.
Okay.
Early. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can remember probably my first boyfriend I probably was with this boy a year. Or maybe even longer. That's what I'm saying. Like I found myself always in relationships. And very seldom was I without a relationship, a partner, a boyfriend. And I think I would have to point that towards me searching for outside validation. There was just something in me that I didn't know about. And so I was constantly seeking it. And so I stayed with a boyfriend. I stayed and stayed with them for years on years, and very little time in between one relationship to the next. Very, very unhealthy.
Yeah. I remember that.
Very, very unhealthy. I did not spend hardly any time with myself.
No.
And
hardly any of your life. I don't remember you ever being single for long periods of time.
A real girl out in them streets.
No. No. That would be me.
And did I feel some type of way about that from time to time? Yes, I did feel like, damn, I should have dated more. I should have put myself first more. I should have been single more. I mean, and now I'm married and have been for 18 years this year.
Locked down.
So that has been my path. But what I would say to her and to any other single ladies that may come across this video, you got time, sis.
Yes.
You got plenty of time.
Yes.
To be in community and in relationships and in partnerships with other people.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a lie and a myth, and the truth ain't in them. because plenty have told me the same lie, that after a certain age, you're no more, appealing,
you're not desirable. You're
desirable
not sexy.
up to the other. That is a lie. The truth ain't in them, honey.
That would be a lie.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm gonna say this too. I also feel like where you live matters, because flip flopping around from New Orleans to Atlanta, back to New Orleans, in Texas, Dallas, Houston, been around a few places. Now I'm gonna say Atlanta, yeah, you might end up dry desert. You might end up single cat lady in Atlanta, like, because it's yeah. But New Orleans, Louisiana, other places in the southern region, Texas, and baby, one thing about Texas, we got Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, and Houston. You got 4 major cities in the state of Texas. I'm just saying. Everything is big in Texas.
I can't speak on any of that.
I'm just saying to the single ladies out there, that especially y'all who in Atlanta, baby, get out. Baby, get out. Because unless you desire to be single, then hey, kudos, more power to you. I'm all for the single woman.
A lot of people are choosing singlehood.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Especially now. The big trend is they are decentering men. And I'm here for it, ladies. Especially if you live in Atlanta, that will be easy for you. Real talk. Because I lived in Atlanta almost 20 years. I was single for 12 years. Not by choice, by design. By divine design. I was. And I'm glad. But I'm telling you, New Orleans, I couldn't beat them off with a stick. Real talk. And Texas, everything bigger in Texas. I'm just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah.
I do have those thoughts. I mean, now I am completely satisfied with my life and my love and who I am, because I am in the safest place I've ever been is inside my marriage.
Yes.
Because he has, and I know this video is not about marriage, but he has created a space for me to explore myself, which I didn't get to do. And well, I could have done it, but I just didn't. I was always searching for someone else to validate me and all of those things outside of myself. And so inside, that's a special situation. Inside of a marriage, there's lots of encouragement and lots of, you do your thing and explore no matter what it is. I support you, go for. And so I've been able to do that.
Yeah. And that's important. Being free in a marriage is extremely important.
It's huge. Because we're not going to talk about marriage. We're going to talk about that another day.
I would tell the younger version of myself, if you're going to be married,
if you choose that,
choose a dynamic that will support freedom, respect, loyalty, honesty, freedom again.
You learn that in the dating process. So just pay attention.
And now when I say freedom, don't get it twisted. I don't mean free to let me go out and just be wilding out. That's not. Notice I said respect and loyalty, transparency, faithfulness. But what I'm saying is when you can be free in a monogamous dynamic, that's a different world than you're monogamous, but I ain't, or I'm monogamous, but you're not.
Yeah.
And
that's also another relationship dynamic that people choose, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But then say it.
But then the one that is not monogamous, but wants their partner to be monogamous, you still want to own me. No. That's not freedom. You still want to control me and tell me what I can and cannot do and where. No. Absolutely not. Okay?
Yeah. that's
and that's for a whole nother show, child. We might have to get into that.
That's definitely not good. But loving on self first is so many ways that you can do that.
Yeah.
So the next thing is, what would you tell your younger self about your body? Let's go there.
Oh, you know what? There were parts of me growing up as a little girl. I kept a diary about certain parts of my body that I didn't like. So I sowed little seeds in my head to not like those parts of me. And then it followed me into young adulthood life, right? So I would tell my younger version to not sow negative seeds about your body. Even if you don't like certain parts of your body, fake it till you make it. That's what I would tell her. Lie to yourself so that later on in life, you can become that version of yourself that you would like to see, instead of still dealing with, those thoughts and the mindset of, oh, I don't like this, so I need to change this. That's not loving yourself. That's not loving all parts of me. You know what I mean? That's what I would tell her. Love it regardless of what society said. But remember, growing up, the things that we did and the people we were around, society had you look in one specific way.
Yeah.
So it was hard on the younger generation. Now I think it's easier because this generation is all about their bodies. Even if because they're trying to sell them, that's a different show. It's like a different level of, the social media. Everybody want to look like the same person in a sense. So it's like they're trying to compete almost, Well,
so, I think that
and that's not for everybody. That's like a certain dynamic of people when we want to look like society thinks we should look, to sell this image of ourselves so that we can be appreciated and accepted for that image, which is not us, because we're fake here. We got fake everything going on. That's a society. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with that. If you love it, if you like it, I love it. But what I'm saying is still society puts that on you. Oh, I need to have straight hair, versus your natural hair. It's a thing.
I think that there's also a certain demographic of young people that are resisting that. And they're showing up in ways where you see more, how can I say this? Just accepting of themselves and all the parts of themselves.
Yeah.
More body positivity than ever before.
Yeah, we're evolving into that space now. But remember when we were younger?
Yeah, it's totally different from when we were coming up. Because as a Black girl, growing up in the South, man,
if you wasn't light, you wasn't right.
And we are of a fair complexion, and it was still very hard. So
it was hard.
It was hard because there, inside of that, comes a whole nother set of issues. Being a light-skinned woman, light-skinned little girl.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother set of issues that you need to learn self-love. Like, I have come such a long way with accepting that this skin is beautiful. I didn't always feel that way about my fair skin.
Yeah.
I've come a very long way. I felt like at one point in time, I was making myself, not making myself, that's not the word I want to use, but I was choosing the darkest brother I could find. Because I feel like I almost was trying to prove my Blackness at a certain level in my life, because I was getting so much flack for being a fair-skinned girl with curly hair.
Yeah.
It was it was a lot of bullying going on.
Yeah.
And so what I would tell my younger self about my body, because baby, 98 pounds
Oh yeah.
is rough.
I remember that.
It's rough.
And I got teased too because they were like, how y'all twins, but you bigger than her.
Coming up a very, very thin girl, it was so hard. I developed very late in life. So it was all the jokes that you can think of. Yes, I've heard them. And it hurt. Yes. Did I push it down? Yes.
Yeah.
Was that unhealthy? Absolutely. Because I was harboring all of these things about myself. And believing a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I would tell her that you are one of a kind. You are a one of a kind divine creation. And so your big eyes and your freckles and
all of the things,
it's everything.
And
embrace it, accept it, and learn how to sit in your uniqueness.
Right. And those who don't celebrate it or appreciate it, kick rocks.
Yeah, I didn't really have that
what I would tell them.
Kick rocks energy when I was coming up.
I did, baby.
I will say that I'm a recovering people pleaser, and a people pleaser in the sense like I wasn't trying to run around and please everybody, but I wanted everybody around me to be happy and laughing and to get along. And I felt like it was my job. I don't know why. I just felt like it was my job to make sure you all right. You all right. You good. You happy. To make sure everybody. And I guess that's probably a trauma response. Are we in therapy? Because so I've heard and read that when you're trying to control your environment, it's a trauma response because you're looking for safety.
Yeah.
Safety for your own emotions and safety for your own exploration. And you just you don't want to, you're walking on eggshells. You don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to, that was me all the time for a very long time.
Yeah.
Suffering in silence, being quiet, always really being an open and a safe space for others.
Right.
But I always held a lot of things inside. Like I would hold space for other people and allow other people to dump.
Right.
But I didn't feel safe enough. And I know anybody who was my friend coming up and they may come across this video will probably feel like that's maybe something about them, but it's really not. It's all about me.
Right.
And how I didn't know how to be vulnerable.
Right. Right.
With myself, much less with others, for them to take my stuff and, judge it or throw it back in my face, all those things. So I stuffed a lot inside. And it's not, it's definitely not healthy. So that's one thing I would tell my younger self about my body, that it is unique. And it is special. And if I could rewrite that time, I definitely would not have given my body away so freely.
Absolutely.
At such a young age.
Absolutely.
Same. I have wrestled with that for a long time because when you're in your 50s and you start realizing things and learning about spiritual things,
energy,
it just kind of makes you
energy vampires.
You feel a different way.
Yeah.
Or at least I feel a different way.
Yeah.
And so I've had to reconcile these things within myself that I did when I was younger, and I had to seek forgiveness for myself for allowing this type of treatment. I didn't know any better. And I was searching.
Mm-hmm.
And so you feel like that's what's needed for peace and happiness, and for people to like you and all that.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
It's been a journey.
Yeah. That's mostly everybody's story, everybody's journey. When we don't have these conversations in our household growing up, as young girls, we learn by experience. Unfortunately, we learn by experience. And sometimes it's not always the most pleasant experiences. So that being said, as we wrap up the session of what we would tell our younger selves, what is one piece of advice that you would tell your younger self overall?
Overall, and for any young person that may come across this video, because you can't rewrite the hands of time, but you can share information for future generations. And so I think the biggest piece of advice is to cry, pray, journal, all those things as much as you can with yourself. And maybe that will kind of help you to uncover parts of yourself, connect more with yourself. So cry, be mad at yourself, be in love with yourself, journal, whatever you have to do to find out who this creature is, this being is, and to connect to this being relentlessly.
Right.
Because like I said, you can't turn the hands of time. So
absolutely not.
You gotta live with the choices that you have made.
Yeah. Live with the cards you've been dealt.
What you got?
I would say all of that, what you just said, coupled with having patience with yourself, forgiving yourself over and over again, self-loving on you over and over again, and enjoying that process, enjoying that journey versus letting it be some type
it's gonna be tumultuous,
right?
But
exactly, just learning how to appreciate and value every single step of the journey. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm learning now at 53.
And I was just thinking that when you were saying it, even for us more seasoned, it is okay to start now. It is okay to go through this process now.
Over and over again, forgiving myself repeatedly in different seasons, right? Because you still make mistakes. So you just make them less, and you less tolerant of that, staying in a thing, whether it's around friends, it doesn't matter. Whatever, a job, you're less tolerant the older you get. So it's like, okay, I'm kicking rocks.
Yeah, because you have an idea of your worth at that point. And you realize that, is this worth my peace?
Exactly. You're more aware the older you get, but that doesn't mean you stop making mistakes. That's why I said continue to forgive yourself over and over again and have patience with yourself and enjoy that journey, because what I'm learning is that, yes, it's painful. Yes, it hurts. Yes, I have to forgive and love myself all over again in these different pockets. However, there was a lesson in that, and I appreciate that lesson in that, because now looking back, now I won't make that mistake again, right? And now I love and value myself more because of it, because of the experience. So that's what I would tell my that would be the little piece of advice that I would give my younger self and all of these young beauties here watching.
Restart as many times as you want to.
Yes.
Remember that it's okay to start over. As many times as you like. Readjust, reorganize, reset. All of the reads.
That's my word. That's my word right there. Reset is the new failure. Okay. Reset. We're not failing. We're not failures. That is not an option. It does not exist. It's the reset point. It's the pivot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with it. Okay.
And so we only got to talk about a couple of things about what we would tell. So we'll probably make some more videos about this, but I think that's going to be it for today.
Yeah. We got a lot to we covered a lot of homework for y'all to think about. Rewind, take some notes.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all next time on the podcast.